Colchester at New Duds. It's a screen printing and embroidery shop run by Tessa and Torrey Valyou, a married couple.
Yeah, in January will be our 16-year anniversary.
It's 15 for the business, 12 since the interview. And we're married. We're husband and wife team.
We still love each other.
Yes, very much so.
Back in 2011, I did a video on New Duds. And at that point, it was just Tessa and Torrey.
And we're still here. I mean,
and we still love each other.
Our staff still knows there's a married couple at the helm.
Yeah, sometimes it's very obvious with the way we talk to each other.
Yeah.
They've now been around for 15 years. They have 20 employees, and they have 2 kids. And they still have their dog, Nancy.
Nancy's still kicking it. She's deaf and sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, we have a whole zoo at home.
2011 was the video, and I had Wes 2012. It really was that turning point of like, oh, I can't bring my kid to work because it's too loud and messy here.
A tape dispenser. Like
yeah, and yeah, that's when we were like, oh, we really need staff.
Tell her how long your interview was.
Like 10 minutes maybe?
10? I was going to say like 10 seconds. I was like, hey, you want this job? And she's like, sure. I'm like, all right, cool.
When we looked at the shop, I thought it was too big. And he knew it wasn't too big. He knew he would fill it right up. Our first shop was like 3 of these rooms. At one point, we were both had individual stalls at the artist market. I had a bag one. He had a shirt one. And we had kids. I was like, how did we swing childcare?
But that portion of our business was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. We don't do this kind of stuff anymore. Like I don't design shirts anymore. We're no longer that like tiny little art-based t-shirt seller.
Yeah. This is like shipping and receiving, and then it gets even bigger. I know.
Oh, it keeps going. There's a lot more.
Keeps going. These are finished orders. We'll show you. Our first press is still here.
And then this was our first auto right here. And then we got this auto. And then we got that auto.
And it obviously still needs humans. They're not like full robots. But it just saves people's hands. Everybody we hired has a background in art, creative, making things. And then our wall of ink is, everybody loves it, but it's dangerous because it is a wall of ink that never dries. And that has changed. We used to just mix by eyeball way back in the day.
Screens everywhere.
Yes.
This is the embroidery department, which we never had when you came
until
last
this
time.
shop. Posters. This is paper.
Yeah, it's all flat
stock is a whole different thing.
So we do a lot of like
it's growing.
Gig posters, art. She prints this red layer, all 1,000 of them with the red, stacks them all back up, sets the next screen up, prints all the yellow layer, stacks them back up. So it's a much more labor-intensive process.
Everything has to be registered correctly, so by the time you get to that last layer, you don't want anything to be off. That's why I say it's all skilled jobs. All these, like everybody on a press is tweaking it to make it turn out right.
Wes one day was like, it's like, don't they just come in, like push a button, boop, and the shirt's printed? We're like, well.
My office is behind the Lego wall. That's my cave fortress. It does still have a sewing machine in it. I do sometimes sew. There's my kids. I still have stuff at 30 Odd, actually. I make these little pouches.
So you are still making things.
I still make neck warmers out of like printed fabric. These are Flip, which is the name I came up with after foliage, the handbag line stopped.
This is my scrappy octopus side.
I mean, look at this.
Like it's one of the only times I get like actually excited to draw again. Between running the company, having a family, and then honestly, the older we get, the more I prioritize exercise.
I think what's happening is your creative energy is just being used completely differently. And the amount of creative energy you need to get kids to school in the morning is insane.
Like, every now and then I'll make one of those like wooden things up there.
Yeah.
Like the tiger or the pufferfish.
I mean,
just to get like out of my system.
I think working here, you kind of realize like if you want to do something, you can.
This is the dark room.
And then this is how screens get made.
In our first shop, our dark room was the bathroom.
It was the
I
bathroom.
don't know if you remember that. So these are all jobs that are done. Dirty screens. So this is what they look like when they go in. Car wash for screens.
This is like a car wash for screens. He's cleaning off Burlington. Each color is his own screen. The Burlington shirt that has been around since 2008.
That was something that I designed.
We have not killed it.
I wanted a Burlington shirt.
It's definitely by far the best seller. By far. But there's enough business in Vermont to keep us very busy.
Right.
Like we haven't had any issues with that.
Yeah, it's not like we're like...
Even during COVID, we
the limit of Vermont.
Even when events ended and restaurants shut down and breweries shut down, we started like shipping things for people because, hey, we can do that. We've always been doing that. We are both 50% owners, so it goes back and forth about who's the president.
I am the assistant to the regional manager. We all know that.
As far as like physically being able to do every job in the shop, Tori's still got me beat on that one. We're kind of like the yin yin yang of like the things that are needed to run a business. He would have grown maybe too fast and too sloppily, and I held it back just enough to be like, we need to put things in place.
Definitely like the voice of reason. This is like the least impressive job we could be doing today. Eva, we have 14,000 square feet and we are printing 6 shirts today. I am most proud of being a job creator. We offer health insurance now. Like those are milestones now. Like it's having a place in a company culture where people can come to work and be proud of where they work. And
it seems to work because people stay. It's funny, a lot of clients don't come back here. That's the other reason we wanted to do the open house. Okay, so this section is actually just things we ship for other people. Foam is over here. We ship all their gear. Winooski Strong, we ship their items out when they do.
I have this shirt. I didn't even know you all printed it.
We printed it. We shipped it.
I have this shirt.
Yeah.
This shirt.
Who does warehouse sale liquidation, deep discounts.
So our goal is to just clear out most of the old stuff.
Print your own, which is really popular as
To
well.
actually pull the squeegee.
The new Duds warehouse sale is October 14th, and you can get some old, original designs like this octopus. And we will get stuck in Vermont with you again real soon.
He's good. He said no to every other video.
You're lucky.
In the past 10 years.
You're lucky we love you.
Yeah.
For some reason, our Tupperware collection is just enormous.
It's like people bring it in and then they forget they own it.
Although
That's
this,
not mine. I've never seen it.
Never seen it. I can be like, this has to be someone's.